Okay, business leaders, are you here to play or are you playing to win? If you're in it to win, meet your next MVP, NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is your full business management system in one convenient suite. With NetSuite, you're running your accounting, your finance, your HR, your e-commerce, and more, all from your online dashboard. Upgrade your playbook and make the switch to NetSuite, the #1 cloud ERP.
Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/tech. netsuite.com/tech.
On today's Smart 7, Trump's tariffs take effect, Birmingham battles bin strike, and much more. It's Wednesday, 9th of April, it's National Unicorn Day, and happy birthday, Kristen Stewart.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Donald Trump famously has a Diet Coke button on his desk in the White House to summon his favourite beverage, but the world must be starting to wonder if he also has a tariff button. The new wave of tariffs from Liberation Day came into effect at midnight last night, and China found itself facing a cumulative tariff of 104% after it retaliated against Trump's initial levy. Stock markets plunged again as it became clear that, for the moment at least, there is no changing Donald's mind. Chancellor Rachel Reeves pushed back on suggestions that the UK should mount a Buy British campaign, but attempted to reassure people that the government will support businesses and individuals affected by the 10% tariff.
This is an anxious time for families who are worried about the cost of living. We have your backs. And British businesses who are worried about what a changing world will mean for them, we have your backs too.
Trump warned on Tuesday evening that his next target will be pharmaceuticals, which could have a further huge impact on markets. China remained defiant, despite the new additional 50% tariff, with Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Jian warning Trump and America that his nation won't back down.
If the US disregards the interests of both countries and the international community and insists on engaging in a tariff and trade war, China will fight to the end.
Birmingham is struggling to cope with a month-long bin strike that has seen rubbish piling up on the streets and residents warning of infestations of rodents. The strike started after Unite members walked out in a dispute over pay and jobs. There have been talks ongoing between the union and the City Council, which were described as productive on Tuesday, but Birmingham City Council leader John Cotton says there are still a number of issues to resolve.
Look, I understand how difficult this is for the people of the city. This is why we're very keen to get a resolution to the dispute. And also why we're taking the contingency measures that we are as well, to ensure that we're providing support to the people in this very difficult circumstance.
Deputy PM Angela Rayner met with the council leader at the weekend as pressure continues to mount from unhappy residents. Health Secretary Wes Streeting was also warning that the situation is approaching a major public health crisis.
I think we do have a public health challenge now on the streets of Birmingham, and it needs to be cleaned up. And while the dispute is rumbling on, I hope that there will be a degree of responsibility exercised to make sure that the lorries are allowed to leave the depot.
There was a surprising new development in Russia's war on Ukraine on Tuesday as the Ukrainians captured 2 Chinese nationals who were fighting for Russia. The men were discovered fighting with Russian forces in the Donetsk region, and Ukrainian President Zelensky says it's more evidence that Russia has no interest in a ceasefire. It's not clear whether the 2 men are part of an official Chinese detachment or are mercenaries, and the Ukrainian security forces say they're still assessing the situation, while President Zelensky has asked Beijing for clarification. While North Korean troops have been fighting for Russia, China has maintained an official neutral position, and defense analyst Michael Clark says it's potentially very embarrassing for China.
But if these Chinese individuals turn up in Donetsk, which is contested territory, and if these Chinese individuals turn out to be in any way official, then that crosses quite a big legal line, because that then would mean that the Chinese are sending individuals to fight in a contested area to join an invasion of a foreign country.
The Green Party finally got around to launching their local election campaign on Tuesday, with just over 3 weeks to go until polling day on the 1st of May. They weren't hanging around either, branding Labour in government a crushing disappointment, and co-leader Carla Denyer said that while people are looking for positive change, she's not optimistic that Labour and Keir Starmer can provide it. The Greens are polling at around 9% and hope to make gains across the country and add to the 800 councillors they already have. Adrian Ramsey, the other co-leader of the party, says the focus needs to be on the planet and its future.
We can't underestimate the changes that we're seeing, and yes, it's absolutely right that we have seen a globalised economy over the last few decades that has increased inequality, and of course our environment is being degraded all the time. So we do need to think about how we can create a more resilient future.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Arsenal stun Real Madrid, and Bella Ramsey is getting emotional about The Last of Us. Right after this.
Okay, business leaders, are you here to play or are you playing to win? If you're in it to win, meet your next MVP. NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is your full business management system in one convenient suite. With NetSuite, you're running your accounting, your finance, your HR, your e-commerce, and more, all from your online dashboard. Upgrade your playbook and make the switch to NetSuite, the #1 cloud ERP.
Get the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/tech. netsuite.com/tech.
Welcome back.
Tuesday saw the first legs of the Champions League quarter-finals get underway with 2 games as Arsenal welcomed Real Madrid and Bayern Munich hosted Inter Milan. Wednesday will see Aston Villa in action against PSG, who knocked out Liverpool, and Barcelona facing Dortmund. Mikel Arteta's side were in only their second quarter-final in 15 years, while Madrid have won the trophy 15 times, including in 2024. After a goalless first half, Arsenal stunned Real with 3 goals in the second, including 2 incredible Declan Rice free kicks, which puts Arteta's side in pole position for next week's second leg. He was delighted and a little bit surprised.
We haven't scored a direct free kick since September 2021. So it's been a long time. So to score 2 goals in 12 minutes of that magnitude, of that quality from the same player, a player that has never scored a free kick before in his career, I mean, what are the odds?
Next week sees the return of The Last of Us for Season 2. Anticipation has been building after the acclaimed first season of the zombie apocalypse video game adaptation, which stars Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. Season 2 has been clocking up some pretty good early reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's due to drop on April 13th. Ahead of the release, Bella Ramsey popped up on The Tonight Show and revealed that even reading the script got quite emotional.
I actually cried reading one of the scripts this season. I've never cried reading a piece of writing before, but I did. Yeah, I'm excited though for those scenes. Those are the ones that I'm thrilled about.
Yeah.
Whenever there's something dark and intense, I'm into it.
Tom Cruise has been taking on increasingly impossible missions for almost 30 years now, which seems unbelievable when you look at the man himself. But sooner or later, every good thing has to come to an end, and this summer sees Tom hanging up his freakishly realistic-looking face mask collection and heading off into the sunset. The 8th Mission Impossible movie is on the way, and it is technically part 2 of 2023's now confusingly named Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tom's had a rethink, and the last in the series is now called Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, and it hits cinemas at the end of May.
This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
You've been listening to the Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.